Hello friends, myself Mr. Sanjay K. Bhatke, presently working as an assistant professor at Department of Civil Engineering, Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. Friends, today we are going to discuss about the Geotechnical Engineering 2. This is the compulsory subject at RTM Nagpur University, and this subject is applicable to the 5th SEM Civil Engineering CBC pattern. Our today's topic is soil exploration. The soil exploration means the investigation related to the soil. So friends, first we are going to discuss about the syllabus of RTM Nagpur University for this particular subject. Basically, unit number 1 is related to the geotechnical exploration, which include importance and objectives of field exploration, geophysical method and its limitations, surface exploration, methods of boring, numbers, location and depth of boring, types of soil, samples and samplers, principle of design of samplers, collection and shipments of samples, boring and sampling records. Unit number 2, it is related with the stability of slope, which include causes and types of slope failure, stability analysis of infinite slope, Taylor stability numbers and numericals related with these formulas, stability chart, stability analysis of finite slope for purely sea soil and sea soils centers, critical slip circles, various methods like Swedish method, slice methods, homogeneous sea soils methods, pore pressure consideration, friction circle methods, and various methods of improving the stability of slope. We also discuss the type selection and designs of graded filters. Unit number 3 is related with the lateral earth pressure, which include earth pressure at the rest, active and passive pressure, general and local state of plastic equilibrium, soils, Rankins and Coulomb's theory of earth pressure and numericals related to it, effect of surcharge and submerge, determination of active earth pressure and its analysis through graphicals and Remben's and Coulomb's method. Unit number 4 is related with the ground improvement. The ground improvement means basically increase in the bearing capacity of soil, which include need of ground improvements techniques, stabilization using lime and cements or various chemical materials. We can improve the soil bearing capacity by using waste fly ash, preloading concepts, vibrocompaction, flotation, concept of sand drains, stone columns. It's also include the concept of NPVD and concept of PPVD. When we discuss about the unit number 4, in that we are going to see the details about the NPVD and PPVD. Then use of various polymers, fiber, geosynthetic material for the improvement in the bearing capacity of soil, and geosynthetic applications and functions in the civil engineering. Next, unit number 5, it is related with the shallow foundation. I think you are familiar with the basic concepts of shallow foundation. It includes bearing capacity of soil, factor affecting on the bearing capacity, limitations, types of shear failure in foundation soil, effect of water table on the bearing capacity, various IS code which are useful in the soil mechanics, details about the plate load test, penetration test and other tests which we are using for the soil structures, settlements or failure of shallow foundation, various causes of settlement, different settlement, control of excessive settlements, N values, p-values. So all we are going to discuss in the shallow foundation. Our last unit is pile foundation. In this we are going to study about the classification of piles, constructional features of cast in situ and precast concrete piles, driving methods, effect of pile driving on the ground, pile capacity by statics formula and dynamic formula. We know that for the construction of metro rails, construction of various bridges, we are using the pile foundation. Then formulas related with the pile foundation, pile load test, group action of piles, spacing of piles, piles group, negative skin friction and its effects on the pile. So all these basics we are going to cover in the pile foundation. Student, here I just want to tell you one thing, that this chapter is related with the soil stability, soil bearing capacity and various characteristics and properties of soil. So today we are going to discuss all these things. So there are some book which is recommended. So you can use the books of soil mechanics written by author Gopal Ranjan and Roy, soil mechanics and foundation engineering by R.K. Arora, soil mechanics and foundation by B.C. Punimia, and any other books which is related with the geotechnical engineering published by Grow-Hill publication in 2000. Apart from this, many books are available in our library and at various college which is related with the soil mechanics. So student, today we are going to discuss about the soil exploration. The soil exploration means the soil investigation. If you are searching something related with the soil, various soil properties, various soil characteristics, because we know soil plays a very important role in the construction field. If you want to construct bridge, road, any high-rise building, in that case soil is very important thing. It should have a good bearing capacity which avoid the failure of any type of structures. And we know that this subject is related with the various characteristics of soil, various practicals which are related with the soils. You can see this figure, these all are the various apparatus those we are using to calculate the soil properties. You can see sieve analysis is there, dial gauges is there. In one picture you can see they are doing some excavation related with the soil, and in last picture you can see the various types of soils and clays are there. Our second point is surface exploration. So we know that there are various methods of exploration: boring, seismic refraction methods, geophysical exploration. These are the methods which normally we are using for the exploration, and in that case we are using different types of samples. They may be characterized as undistributed, distributed and representative samples. Samplers and sample distributions, area ratio, recovery ratio, clearance, stabilization of boreholes, all these things are useful for the calculation of various results which is related with the soil mechanics. And while doing the construction of any huge structure, you should know this point which come under the surface exploration. We also know that surface exploration plays a very important role for the construction or excavation of large project. The site investigation, it is a methodology and it is necessary for following the point: planning and accessibility of site, deciding and disposal and removals of material, removal of surface water in waterlogged areas for the movement of construction and equipment, other factor that could affect the construction procedure. When you are going to construct any big project, so site investigation plays a very important role. The availability of electricity, availability of material, transportation facility, all this plays a very important role being in the construction of big project. In case of information of surface condition, following are the requirements: planning and design of foundation of structure, dewatering system, shoring or bracing of excavation, and various material of construction, site improvement methods. These are also plays an important role for the construction of a big project, which are related with the various characteristics of soil. The field and laboratory studies carried out for obtaining the necessary information about the surface and subsurface feature of the proposed area, including the position of groundwater table. You should know one thing: when you are going for the construction, there is a equal importance to the groundwater table, which is a part of site investigation. For a safe and economical design of substructure elements, following points are very important and which is going to help us. First, plan, decision, design and execution of the work. This all plays a very important role when we are going for a big construction. We should plan all these things before going for the construction. There are some objectives of soil exploration program. So let's see what are the objectives. First, to know the geological condition of rock and soil formation, to establish the groundwater level and determine the properties of water, to select the type and depth of foundation for proposed structure, to determine the bearing capacity of the soil. I already told you that calculation or determination of bearing capacity of soil plays a very important role in the construction of any structure. To estimate the probable maximum and differential settlement, to predict the lateral earth pressure against retaining wall and abutment and piers, to select suitable construction techniques, to predict and to solve the potential foundation problems, to ascertain the sustainability of soil as a construction material, and to determine the soil property required for the design. Okay. So before going a big construction, we should know the objectives of soil exploration, and we should gather the information about the soil exploration which make our project easy. There are some soil exploration methods. So today we are going to discuss some methods among them. Trial pits or test pits method, boring. You all are familiar with the boring methods. You take an example of Nagpur Metro. Before the construction of Nagpur Metro, all this construction company, they have bored in the earth, take the samples, tested the sample, and then decide the bearing capacity of that soil. So you all are familiar with the boring, probes and geophysical methods. Also, there are some IS code which is useful when we are going for the design of soil structures. So some are listed here. Foundation of multi-story building, it is IS 1892 and 1979. It's give you all information about the foundations of the building. IS 6955 and 1973, it is related with the earth and rock fill dams. IS 10060 in 1981 is related with the powerhouse sites. IS 11385 1985, it's related with the designs of canal and cross drainage work. IS 4651 Part 1 in 1974, it is related with the design of a big structure like ports and harbors. So now we just going to discuss about the test pits method. So before going for the construction, we have to go through some methods. So test pits method is one of them. It is applicable to all types of soil. It's provide a visual examination in their natural conditions. In that, depth of investigation is limited to 3 to 3.5 meter. There are some advantages. Provide detailed information about the material. Large quantity of disturbed soils are available for testing. Field test can be conducted at the bottom of the pits. So by using this test pits method, you can calculate various values which are related with the soil structures, which are related with the soil. Every method there are some advantage and disadvantage. So here some disadvantage. The depth is limited to about the 6 meter. Deep pits are uneconomical. Excavation below groundwater and into rock difficult. It's also having some limitation. Undisturbed sampling is difficult. Collapse in granular soil or below groundwater table. Matlab we can say that test pits method is not applicable below the groundwater method. In that case, we have to use some different methods. We know if you want to take some sample of soil, you should have to do some boring in the earth and you have to take the sample. So there is some exploratory borings method. Basically, boring is carried out in the relatively soft and uncemented ground which is normally found close to the ground surface. Location, spacing and depth of the boring is related to the types of structure, size of the structure, weight coming from the structure. You can see this picture. In this picture, there is one mechanical instrument which we are using for the boring, and this instrument is called as the mobile drilling rig. So by boring into the earth, we can collect the sample from under the earth and can be tested for future construction. And here we are saying 3 layers are there. First layer is the soil layer, second layer is the chalk layer, and third layer is of carries water layer. So this way, by using some mechanical instrument, we can collect the soil sample for future testing. There are some methods of boring. So first method is agar boring. Normally we are using for the shallow depth and near low groundwater table. Wash boring, that is used for the high water table, deeper soil and deposit. Rotary drilling, it is a high quality boring, also for rock drilling. Percussion drilling, fast drilling, not taking sample gravel. So normally these are the various types of boring which we are using to collect the soil sample under the earth. So I once again repeat, one is agar boring, wash boring, rotary drilling and percussion drilling. So these all are the mechanical instrument which we are using for the collection of sample. See in this picture, we can see that some persons are doing the boring on the earth, and this is called as the manually operated boring. So previous days, when mechanical instruments are not available, in that case we are using this type of manually operated boring. Nowadays, if we are working on a small project and in that case we are using this type of boring, manually operated boring, and it is a part of auger boring. So you can see three people are doing work there and try to bore into the earth. These are the various boring instruments. So depend upon the nature of soil, depend upon the nature of surface, we have to use the various boring instrument as shown in the figure. So first is post hole augers, second one is helical augers, and third one is the extension rod. These all are the part of the mechanical boring, and as per the requirement, as per the atmospheric condition, surface condition, we are using this type of boring instrument. Now you see this picture. In this picture, one person with the help of machinery is doing the boring into the earth, and here it is operated, this boring, with the help of mechanical instrument. So this type of boring is called as the mechanical boring or advanced boring. So in that case, all the instruments are operated through mechanically or automatically. So this type of boring normally we are used to save the time and to complete the project on the time. Next we are going to discuss about the drilling. So borehole is the advanced by rotating a hollow drill rods, has cutting end at the lower end, consists of the rotatory mechanism and arrangement for applying the downward pressures. Basically we are using various types of drilling in the earth, and drilling is also depend upon the earth surface, soil quality, murum quality. If something is hard, in that case we are using different type of drilling. If your soil is soft, in that case we are using a different type of drilling. These are the various drilling instruments. Those are available in the market, and probably we are using this drilling instrument to drill in the earth. So here is one drilling instrument as shown in picture, and this is second drilling instrument which is named as inner tube, extension tube, core lifter, lifter case, and head assembly. So as per the requirement, we are using various type of drilling instrument to drill into the earth and to collect the soil sample. So student, today we just discuss about the soil exploration. It is a introductory, those were discuss today, and next class we are going in deep and discuss about the boring and various drilling which are used for the projects. Thank you.